Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, February the 11th, and welcome back to Derriere Farms for another look at this week's Fact Sheet Fridays from Giants. They have announced four new pieces of equipment, if you count the header, for the upcoming content patch. If you think you're seeing double or triple, that's because you probably are. The first announced vehicle that we're going to look at is the Massey Ferguson Ideal 8 PL Combine Harvester. It's 538 horsepower, has 1,250 liters of diesel, 12,500 liters of holding tank capacity. It'll cost you $448,500, has a variable CVT transmission, travels at 24 miles an hour, and weighs 20.7 tons, handles all the standard grains. The header that comes with it is the Massey Ferguson PowerFlow 30-foot header. Last week's combine was the Ideal 7PL as opposed to the 8PL. Virtually identical specs between the two, except the branding is plain Ideal versus Ideal Massey Ferguson, which is what we have this week. So I decided to fire up the old game and have a look at what the existing Massey Ferguson combine was, and it is also the Ideal 8T. I'm guessing it stands for tracked versus non-tracked version. That is more or less the only difference I can find between the two. The 8T and the 8PL have virtually identical specs except for tracks and wheel options. And if we take a look back over here, we also have just the plain Fendt, and the 7T versus 7PL, which is what we had a fact sheet on last week, has identical specs. So it looks like basically we're getting a wheeled version, two wheeled versions of the combines we already have in the game. The only difference being that we are getting a 30-foot header versus the 40, I'm just trying to do the math, I think it works out to 41-foot header that we already have in the game that will work on these two combines. Alright, next up, we have the Crampy Big Body 750S, which is a tipping trailer. It will hold, 37.5 cubic meters or 37,500 liters. It will cost you $50,500 and weighs 7.5 tons unloaded. It holds all the standard fill types for tipping trailers, including seeds, pig food, snow, and stones. And it looks like, as you can see from the picture, this trailer is co-sponsored by Michelin and I don't really see too much else that makes it really stand out. It is a nice looking trailer though, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of what Giants did with the Krone Profiline trailer, which was all decked out with logos. And for me, that gives it a slightly more real feel. Like something, especially with the Profiline trailer, like something you would actually see on the roads with the company's logo on the side. Okay, third and finally, guess what we're getting? Yep, that's right. We are getting another self-propelled liquid manure spreader. I'm going to butcher the name, but I believe this is pronounced Plogere. It's 550 horsepower. Carries 850 liters of diesel, 60 liters of DEF. Will hold 22,000 liters of slurry or digestate. Has a working speed of 12 miles an hour. It'll set you back $381,000. Has a variable VSG transmission and has a road speed of 24 miles an hour. Unloaded, it weighs 23.1 tons. Interestingly enough, this is a four-wheeled version or four-wheeled self-propelled manure spreader, unlike the, I believe it was the Vervate model, which we got with the last free content update. Anyway, I think it's a very cool looking model. Can't wait to try this one out. Well, that's it for this week's Fact Sheet Friday. Will we get another one next week? Or will we actually get the patch? Who knows? Only time will tell. I just had a quick look back at December's fact sheets, and the last one released in December was December 10th, and then December 16th they released the patch. So if, and this is a big if, things hold true, we may be getting the patch next week. Or it may be the week after, depending on how many bugs they fix. And maybe we'll have another set of fact sheets next Friday. Stay tuned. Only time will tell. Remember, make sure you're notified and I will update you as soon as I hear any news.